welcome and thank you for joining me on The Farming Show, your number one place for all farming related matters. Today we get to profile a young, award-winning farmer, Nhlanhla Matshenja, and his business is called Notselo Trading Agricultural Farm. We're here to learn about his business, his vision, understand his markets, and how he got to be about in the agri industry. Let's take a deep dive in today's episode. Nhlanhla, you grew up at Dobsonville in the dusty street of Soweto, as they say. Tell us about your childhood memories and how you got to the agri industry and become a farmer.
Yeah, so we grew up around Soweto where most of the things are actually bought, and you start with your small gardens and you actually see from there. Well, the love of farming comes from my parents, where they actually had joined a cooperative, and then you grow up around the spaces of cooperatives, and you actually see how people work together and you can achieve way more than you can alone. And then from there I then started just after high school I went into DJing. From there I did disc jogging and I did a bit of production there as well. Worked my way through that, didn't see the lights. Well, we did a few videos, we released a few tracks.
Wow.
But the industry is not so easy to penetrate, So eventually when we were in between the disc jogging and producing rather, I then went into the formal sector, where I needed to actually find myself a job, because all these equipments and all these things are actually expensive, So you want to actually help yourself get to the next stage. Now, having said that, when I then started working as a field manager at SUPO, we then started moving around from town to town. From there you then actually realize that, this is not actually me. I am more based on what my parents actually always told me that I would actually grow to love in the future. Now, having said that, we then moved from Ireland, then quit, and then I then bought myself my own baki, went in to be a vendor, started from the ground. From being a vendor, we then saw an opportunity here in Ekenhof. Moving from there, we are now actually broiler farmers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So with the cooperative that your parents were a part of, what were they farming and what skills did you pick up from those early times when you used to visit that cooperative farm?
Yeah, so what they normally farmed was your dry crops, your beans, your sunflower. They were looking at also penetrating the commercial sector. Unfortunately, there were some mishaps here and there where there were monies being taken by other people, and then obviously as a son of one of the members of the cooperative, he would normally take us on weekends after school, go into the land, actually help out directly with the plants. You'd go into a tractor and you actually start loving the actual whole process of the farming thing. So yeah, we as kids need to be actually taught and brought through to the whole thing, so that you actually understand exactly what is happening at home.
Yeah, I think you greatly benefit in the fact that your parents were farmers before, and so going into the agri industry, it's nothing new, right? You're just learning different forms of business, and growing your chickens. So now you're at Ekenhof Agri Park. You've landed here. You're growing poultry. What are the benefits of farming, perhaps let's say in an agri park, as opposed to finding your own land like some of the farmers do?
So the benefits would then be, we're not paying electricity, we're here on lease, where the government is actually helping us with such things as free land, free electricity. Yes, water is there as well, but you'd need to connect your own pipes and all those things. But there are a lot of benefits, like at times they also help with the feed and chicks. So there's a whole lot of support from the city, but for us to actually penetrate and move from being a small-scale farmer to being a commercial farmer, we need more land, we need more skills, we need to penetrate bigger markets.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're learning a lot, we're learning quite a lot, especially from my background of actually moving from commercial to small-scale.
Yes.
So I need to also move from small-scale again back to the commercial sector,
Yeah.
So,
Touching on skills, what skills did you learn from being in the music industry now being to a fully fledged farmer in the agri industry?
So it's mostly marketing yourself, having
Uh-huh.
yourself out there, actually selling you as your product, and actually living the life of being a farmer. Because as my brother always says, agriculture or farming is not actually a day-to-day job, but it's actually a lifestyle where you understand exactly what you're doing and what you're supposed to do on a daily basis. When you're sleeping, you're thinking about crops and your birds. When you're awake, you're constantly there as well. So yeah, man, on a day-to-day basis, we'd love to be moving from where we are to the next stage, where we actually are also owning our own food chain stores, and you have the whole full chain of being a broiler farmer. Now that consists of rearing your own birds, processing them, having your own feed mill, and then eventually having your own hatchery as well. Then you know that you have the whole chain around you, and once you have the whole chain around you, then you know that you can actually supply everybody amongst other big farmers as well.
Yeah, upwards and onwards, as they say.
Yeah, true.
They say life happens when you're busy making plans, and it's comforting to know that there are young farmers out there taking advantage of the opportunities that the agri-industry has to offer, more so using their skills to propel their careers in the agri-industry. My name is Nhlanhla, and this is a farming show by Private Property.